What up guys, it's Denise and welcome back to the channel. I know the setting is different and everything, but today I'm gonna be bringing a birth and delivery vlog. I've been holding off on this joint. I finally fixed my laptop, so you know I can do it now. But yeah, it's December. I gave birth all the way in October, but yeah, I just want to break it because I don't know how long this channel is gonna be up, so might as well put one more video on there. So it all started October 12th, around like 10 something. I started feeling like Braxton Hicks contractions. It was like late 10 o'clock. So yeah, it just kept going. It was like 7 minutes apart each contraction. Every time my stomach kept getting tight like a basketball, I'm like, okay, this feels super weird. Like during my pregnancy, like I would feel it, but like it wasn't like continuously. But this time it was happening like every 7 minutes, then it went down to 4 minutes. So I told my mom that. She was like, oh my god, it's probably time. So I was like, okay, I want to wait a little bit longer, but she didn't want to wait. So she was like, all right, I'm gonna go get dressed. Then I told my sister, went upstairs, I took a shower, I got dressed. I called Ray a few times, but he did not pick up. So I was like, okay, he's probably gonna miss the birth of his baby. So he was asleep or whatever. So yeah, I recorded a little bit. I'm probably gonna insert the clip. Like, hey guys, I look crazy right now. I know I look super crazy, but I've been having contractions. I think they're contractions. I think I'm in false labor right now, but my mom's making me go to the hospital, so I guess we'll go and find out if it's real or not. Hopefully it's not real because Ray's not picking up his phone. He went to sleep like at 9 and it's now like 1 in the morning. Hopefully it's fake labor, because if not, he misses the birth of this baby, we're gonna have some problems. But I have like a potato head right now. That looks super crazy. But I've been having contractions every like 2 minutes. They're not like excruciating. They're like, my stomach get really tight and like it hurts really bad. But it's not like I can't walk or talk or nothing like that, like they said contractions would feel like. So I guess we're gonna go to the hospital and see if it's real labor or false labor. Yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated. We ended up, my sister's husband, he drove me, my sister, and my mom to the hospital, and then they sent us right up. They asked me, did my water break? I said no. I said I think I'm in labor, but it might be early labor, so I don't know, it might be false labor. So they was like, all right, so put me in a little room. My mom went inside the room with me, so we were just sitting, and then the contractions, they just kept feeling the same. They asked me how far apart was they, and then I was like 4 minutes apart, about to like 2 minutes, because it started, you know, getting a little worse. So yeah, she checked me, and then she told me I was 1 centimeter dilated. So she said she could either keep me there and then I could walk around, see if I dilate more, and then if I didn't, then they was gonna send me home. But if I chose to early labor at home, then I could eat what I want, I could do what I want. I couldn't eat if I decided to stay at the hospital. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go home and continue my early labor over there. So we decided to go home, and then we went home around, I don't know, I think like 5 in the morning. I came back home, and then I fell asleep on the couch because I was not going all the way upstairs because, you know, I was in pain. After she checked me to see if I was dilated, the contractions started getting like worse. Like it started getting more painful. I forgot how they feel, because they say after you give birth you forget all the pain, but I kind of forgot how the contractions feel already, but I remember that they hurt. I was just sitting here on the couch the whole day, just in pain. I was in so much pain all day. I was watching TV. I couldn't watch TV. I tried to take a nap. I could not take a nap. And then Ray calls me after I already get out the hospital. So I didn't pick up because I was upset. So I let it ring, and then I acted like I was sleeping, and then it rang again, then it rang again, then it rang again. Then I was like, okay, whatever. Then I texted him. Then he's like, what happened? And I told him like the whole story. So fast forward to, let's say, around 4 p.m. my contractions was getting worse, like a lot worse. So I was just like, you know what, like I'm gonna still wait it out. I wasn't able to walk too much, but the doctor told me, she said, when you're like not able to walk anymore, like you're gonna be hunched over. She does like position, then she was like holding on to something, then she was holding on her stomach. She was like, when you find yourself doing that position, then you know it's time to come back in. So I was in so much pain, it hurt so much. But at 4, my sisters came down, and then we decided to start watching TV. We was watching a few movies, but I was in so much pain. So yeah, then we was watching I think it was like 10 something, no, it was like 9. So I was watching it, and I was like, okay, I cannot do this. So bless you, baby. My mom was like, so y'all should probably, hey, y'all should you should go ahead and take a walk or something like that. She told me to take a walk. So we decided to walk our dog Yanni. So we put her on a leash, and then we walked outside, and then we like just walked down the block, and then I could not even like make it back up the block. Like that's how bad the contractions was getting. So every like 2 steps I couldn't like keep walking, so I had to do like these squats. And then yeah, my sister was rubbing my back. She was like, come on, just breathe, just breathe. So I'm like, okay. So I tried to walk back, and then I could not walk again, so I had to just keep breathing. Like every 2 steps it just hurt so bad, like I could not do it. So I get back in the house, and then yeah, it just got worse from there. Like the contractions that I thought was hurting before, like it felt nothing like what these ones was compared to. Yeah, then it was like 11 something. Then I told my mom, I was like, you know what, I think it's time, because I felt so bad. I couldn't walk. My stomach was hurting so bad. Not even my stomach, but like my contraction area. Contraction area. It was just like, I can't do this. I gotta go. I thought I was like, I had to at least been like 5 centimeters dilated from the last time. So I was like, you know what, I think I'm a little more dilated, so we could go to the hospital. Because I still didn't feel like I was like 100%, not 100%, but I didn't feel like I was like up there yet. But I knew I was dilated more, to at least 4 or 5 where they could like admit me into the hospital. Like I did my hair the day before, but then this day it was just so messy. I looked an entire mess. My whole birth and delivery, labor, whatever. I did not care. What are you doing?
I am not here. How you feeling, baby mama?
I feel horrible.
You ready to get this baby out of you?
I'm ready to get her out so she can stop contracting me. I look a mess. I was supposed to fix my hair just now.
It's all good.
Can't even get up.
You need help?
Mm.
Yeah, come on.
Oh.
Let's get you up real quick. Come on, put my bag, girl.
Okay. Oh.
Slowly. That's it, grandmama. Breathe, girl. Breathe. Breathe. Remember I said you gotta breathe. It's not your face.
No.
Breathe, girl. There you go. Yeah, she ready to blow.
I'm not even gonna fix my hair. Whatever. It's a mess.
It's okay, girl. You maternity cute or whatever.
No, I'm not. This was October 13th, around 10, 11. Yeah, I think it was close to 11. I call Ray again. I'm like, dog, I think it's time. Like, okay, so he picks up this time. So I was like, all right, we gotta go to the hospital. I end up going outside. I could not walk at all. I'm like, you know what? Like, it just hurts so bad. I can't move any faster, Mom. Take your time. Take your time.
I'm trying my way.
Take your time.
Oh.
Come on. Come on. Come on. You got this. You doing good. You doing good, girl. Breathe.
Baby.
Come on, squat it.
No, it's not gonna help.
Okay, it's not gonna help right now. Okay. Alright. Breathe. Take your time.
I think I'm gonna need a wheelchair today.
Probably. Take your time.
So yeah, then Ray ended up coming over, and then we drove. Yeah, then we got in the car, then we started driving.
Y'all think it's gonna happen tonight? Yeah. Yeah. She feeling in her booty, so it's all up in the butt. You excited, D? I know. You excited, Ray? Yeah.
We drove to my aunt's house to pick her up because she wanted to come too. We get to the hospital. They put me in a wheelchair. We go past the thingy. They're like, oh, did your water break? I said no again. And then they admitted me to like the upstairs. They said only one person could come in. So Ray decided to come with me. I mean, of course. So he came with me inside the room this time.
You can leave it in the car. No, you can take it. You can take it. Just in case. Got that? Can you go up there? Can you go up there? Yeah, that's what me and Andre was talking about. Yeah.
And then they was like asking me questions. They was like, okay, how far apart are the contractions? I was like, less than every like 2 minutes. That's how bad it was. It was so bad. And then the lady was like, are you sure it's less than every 2 minutes? She was like, you don't, like, she was acting like I was not in that much pain, but I was in a lot of pain. Because they was like, how many centimeters was you dilated when you came last time? I was like, 1 centimeter. And then they was like, oh, from 1 to 10, what's the pain feel like? I said, that's about a 7. Then she was like, okay, well, she was acting like trying to downplay me like I wasn't in pain. And then I was like, okay, whatever. He checked me to see how far dilated I was. So it turns out I was 8 centimeters dilated. So that whole time I'm thinking I'm like 4 or 5 centimeters. No, I go to the hospital, I'm already 8 centimeters dilated. So the lady shut up after that, like, oh, she was like I was really in pain. And then I guess she seen that because I was 8 centimeters and it was no joke. Yeah, so they was like, oh wow, you're a trooper. And then like, because I pretty much labored at home the whole time. Like that walk put me into freaking labor, like more labor, if that makes sense. So yeah, they admitted me into the room. It was such a nice room. It was a really nice room. It looked so comfortable. It was homey. It was just chilling. And then who was there? Yeah, my sister was there, my mom was there, my aunt, and then Ray's best friend came, and then his wife came. Well, the nurse came in. She brought me like a little bouncy ball, the little bouncy balls you sit on, you just bounce on. So I was bouncing on that for a while. They kept asking me if I want an epidural, but then I was so scared. I was like, I don't think I want an epidural. During my pregnancy, I was like, I'm gonna get an epidural. I was like, cause you know, I want all the drugs. Give me all the drugs, cause I don't want to feel no pain. But they kept asking, and then I was like, I didn't want it. I was like a little scared. I was like, isn't it too late for an epidural? They was like, no, we could give it until like the last minute. So I was like, eh. Then I was like, I'm gonna hold off again. So I lay there. Then the contractions just keep getting worse and worse and worse, like worse. I'm like, man, I want to go natural so bad, but this just hurts too bad. So I ended up like, okay, I think I want to get the epidural now. My mom's like, ah, you shouldn't get the epidural. I'm like, no, I'm gonna get the epidural because this pain, I cannot take it anymore. So they end up giving me the epidural. They kicked everybody out the room, and then but Ray stayed. Yeah, and then they gave me a pillow to hold on to, and then it was like, you gotta stay really still. And then they injected it in me, and then like it was like a tickle like that went through your spine. I thought I jumped, but then they told me I didn't. After that, I did not feel the contractions at all. I was able to take a nap. Then I woke up from my nap, and then everybody was going out the room. Then I was like, you know what, go ahead, continue napping. But yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, later on they decided to give me Pitocin to speed it up, because after the epidural I was able to sleep, I was doing all that, but then like I was still 8 centimeters dilated. So, yeah, people just kept coming in and out and in and out and whatever. So like my sister, mom, and aunt, and other sister, I call her my sister because she might as well be my sister now. She's seen everything. So epidural, it kind of started to wear off. I'm like, no, why do I feel these contractions again? I got the epidural so I don't feel them, but I started feeling them again. So they was like, yeah, so the nurse, she was so cool. She brought me this little peanut, the magic peanut or something like that. It was like this, bless you baby, it was this like, I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, this peanut shaped ball. Then they put, oh no, you know what, they broke my water first. Yeah, they broke my water. I don't remember feeling it because I was on the epidural, but they got this little hook. It looked wooden to me. People say it was metal, but then I was like, it's not gonna poke my baby in the head or nothing, right? They was like, no, it's perfectly fine. So they broke my water, and then I just felt this gush. I'm like, ugh, like it felt nasty. Did I feel it? I know I felt my whole body get wet. Not my whole body, but like my legs and thighs and stuff. But I know it looked nasty like in the videos, which I will not be inserting because that is super nasty. And you guys cannot see that much of me. I feel like the whole world has seen everything of me already. Well, yeah, they broke my water. Then they brought out the magic 8 peanut ball. It's a magic 8 ball, like this pool or something. They brought out the peanut thingy, then they put it, like I had to lean on it kind of. Like they put it between my legs and I was just sleeping. And then a few minutes later, it might have been more than a few minutes, but turns out that brought me to 10 centimeters dilated. So they was like, okay, she's ready to push. And I got so nervous. My heart dropped. I'm like, oh, this happening already? Like, it's crazy. So yeah, they was like, okay, it's time to push. So they started me off by doing some practice pushes, but they was like, okay, so I think they said only one person could be in the room, but my sister, she ended up staying in the room. So I don't know how she stayed in, but she snuck in, and then nobody noticed her or something. But Ray was in there, and then she ended up staying in there taking pictures and videos and everything. So I was like, okay, whatever. I was still woozy. I was so tired from all the medications that they was giving me. Then yeah, so they said practice pushes. So they said take a deep breath, then they said hold it, and then they said like push for 8 counts. So I did that. I was pushing and pushing and pushing. I'm like, okay, this is cake. Okay, this baby gonna come out so easy. I was like, this is, you know, this is gonna be fast and cool. Then I was like, good job. That was like, I could see the head already. I'm like, what? Oh shoot, that's crazy. It hasn't even been like 20 minutes yet. I think I started pushing around 12 something. I heard it was only like 45 minutes overall. So like, okay, all right, she coming out soon. So I'm still pushing and pushing and pushing. They was like, okay, you're doing great. And then it started getting like more painful because I started feeling the contractions again. They was like, okay, so you got to push with every contraction. So every time I felt the contraction, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna push again. So what? They was like, you're doing so good, you're such a trooper. They kept calling me a trooper the whole time. They was like, you're so strong, like the whole time. I just felt so good. They was like, we never met anybody as strong. It starts to get like harder and harder, and then like I feel her coming out a little more. Then I'm like, okay, I don't feel like she's almost out. Like they told me she's almost out about a good 20 to 30 times. I was pushing for like 20 minutes, practice pushing, and then I guess she finally started crowning, and then that's when the pain kicked in real bad. So I started pushing and pushing, then more doctors came in, and then they put on all their little masks and the head thingies, and then yeah, I ended up needing oxygen because I was going out of it. So every time I push, and then after then Ray put the little oxygen thingy on my face, and then I push again, then they put more oxygen, then push again, then gave me more Pitocin because it was running out. So yeah, so it started to, she started to like crown more. So I was like, okay, I feel the head now. So they was like, keep pushing, and I was like pushing, and then I felt her head, and then kept pushing, and then at one point it felt like her head got stuck. Like it just felt like it was like just like this. And then I'm like, oh my god, I can't. Like that's when I started screaming because it hurt so bad. Like I cannot describe the pain, but people said it's gonna feel like a ring of fire, and when I tell you, like it feels like fire, like it's fire. It was so bad, so painful. And then she was stuck for like until 3 more pushes. That's oof. I remember that pain just talking about it. It was, oh my gosh. So after I got the head out, then her body just came slipping out too. I felt so relieved after that. Like I felt my stomach just not flattened, but like it felt like it just got flat. Like I just felt like I just took the biggest dump in the whole wide world. But it felt so good after she came out. Not my, you know, not down there. It felt like it was on fire. It felt like it was ripped apart. It feels like it just fell off while she came out. I thought it fell off with her. I heard she was even crying, but she cried like after a little bit. They wiped her off, but she didn't even like cry. It was like this little, like a little. She didn't cry like the first few weeks of her being on this earth. I thought she was broken at first. But yeah, as soon as I pushed her out, they wiped her off, and then they gave her, not gave her to me, but they like put her on my chest. I couldn't even like see her. That's how like out of it I was. I'm gonna insert some pictures after she was born. But I was so ugly, so disregard my face, my hair, my everything. I did not have time to make myself look even halfway decent. I only had 1 contact in my eye. I just looked horrible and I did not care. But yeah, so they wiped her off a little bit, then put her on my chest. And then I just felt like she was just looking up at me, and I'm like, oh, I can't even see you right now, because I had to get stitches. Because I got 2nd-degree tears in 4 different spots. So I was getting stitches. The stitches took over like about an hour for me to get. They kept saying, oh, you're almost done. But oh my god, that was the most painful thing. I felt every single stitch go in and come out, and the thread got pulled. Oh my god, I felt every single bit of that. Then Ray started getting mad because it was taking too long, and then oh, they kept telling me it was almost done. Now you see how much in pain I was. Like I was like trying to focus on the baby. I'm like, oh my god, she's really here. And then it's like poke, and I'm like, oh my god, it hurt so bad. It just was horrible. So yeah, I did skin to skin the whole time I was getting my stitches. So she kind of took my mind off of getting the stitches, but I felt every single needle and thread and pull and tug and poke. So that was not a good experience for my body at all. Oh yeah, but I pushed the placenta. The placenta just slipped out. It hurt while it was coming out, but it kind of eased out. After that, my stomach felt so good. Like it felt like nothing was in there. So I was super hungry. I was so hungry. Yeah, I remember being super hungry after that, but then I was so woozy. I don't really remember too much after that. Ray's best friend and his wife had to leave because they was there since the whole night before, and then they was super tired. It was like, it was 1 p.m. Yeah, she was born October 14th, 1:04 p.m. So yeah, they was there for the whole thing pretty much, and then they had to leave because they was tired. They literally just came from work like that night that they got there. But yeah, my sister, she came in with my aunt and my mom, and then they came to like see the baby for a few seconds. Then they had to go because my mom had to finish cleaning because she wanted the house to be spotless. She wanted my bathroom to be spotless. She wanted my room to be spotless. So she had to go home and finish cleaning all of that. So after that, Ray held the baby for a little bit, and then they admitted me into like a smaller room for people after they have the baby. They pretty much put me on all this medicine for after I give birth. Yeah, and those stitches, man, I could not walk. I could barely get up. I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. Literally needed to have 2 nurses literally pick me up and take me to the bathroom. That's how bad. Like, I could not walk. I couldn't move. I could barely like even scoot on the bed. That's how bad it was. They forced me to pee. They gave me like a little squirt bottle and some creams and some huge like pads and like huge underwears, which was so comfortable, and an ice pack. So they gave me all of that, and then they made me pee. I laid in the bed, and then after that I was completely alone with the baby, just me and her in the room. I had to take care of a newborn baby. I could not walk or nothing. I was in so much pain, and then I had to just take care of her while I was like in pain, and then it was just so tough. I guess that's why I don't like to ask for help now, because I did all of that by myself, and I was in pain by myself in the hospital with a newborn baby, and she started crying, and I had to change her diaper, and I had to do all of that. I had to feed her. I could not walk. It was the most happiest and depressingest time of my life. It was just me and her in the room for 2 days straight. Her dad came to visit her the next day for a few hours. Then my brother came and held her for, no, he didn't hold her. He didn't want to hold her because he was scared. So he came to visit, then he left too. And then it was just me and her again. And then I couldn't eat because she was crying and she wanted to be on me. Every time I put her in her little crib, she started crying. So I had to hold her, and then I couldn't even get up. But every time I try and get up, then the stitches would hurt, and then I'm just like, oh my god, how am I gonna do this? So I was crying those 2 whole days in the hospital. It was so depressing. I was watching Adam's Family. She was laying on my chest, and I would cry, and then I would have to get up with my stitches, and then I was still woozy from the medicine, and then it was just so hard. And I had to get up. She was crying, so I had to get up, change her diaper, then throw that in the trash, then walk all the way back over there. And then she did not want to lay in her bed for nothing. So every time she cried after she woke up from a nap, I had to get up, pick her up, and then feed her, and then put her back in the bed. Then I had to pee every 4 hours, so I would have to get up and then try and go pee and then come back. And then it was times like I would have to leave the door open and scoot her little bed over to the door in the bathroom because I had to pee and clean myself and then all of that. So it was pretty much the next 2 days I was in the hospital. Then my little sister came, and my sister's husband came to visit me, and then they stayed for a little bit. Then I get not any more than 30 minutes of sleep those next 2 days. Then since she was born, I have not gotten over 4 hours of sleep at a time. Like, it's been so tough, but she was definitely worth it. Oh, and here she is. Hey, get your hand out your mouth. This is Reina Dianalise Lucequeno Vasquez. She is 2 months old now. She is such a good baby. Say hi. She doesn't like the camera too much. But this is my best friend, my world, my everything. She is the sweetest baby ever. This is my whole best friend. Say hi, mama. But yeah, we have not been separated at all for more than 10 minutes since she's been born. And she is just so sweet. But yeah, that concludes my birth, labor, delivery, whatever I decide to call it, vlog, story time. This was more like a story time than a vlog, but yeah. She likes to watch TV a lot. Like, the TV is on and she's watching it. I am in a different location. I'm here. I'm happy. She's happy. You know, I don't know what I will be doing with the channel. I know YouTube is changing its policies and stuff, so I know that's about to be crazy. I would say like, comment, and subscribe, but I don't even know if I'm keeping this channel. You know, things didn't go as I planned or we planned. As far as DNR TV, I don't know if that's gonna continue. I don't know if this is the last video or not, but if it is, we had a nice run. I didn't do as much as I wanted to. I was so depressed throughout my whole pregnancy, pretty much the whole thing. and I did not have a gender reveal like I wanted to. I had it planned, but something happened right before, a day or two before, which ended up making me cancel the whole thing. But I'm getting happy now. But yeah, that was it. Hope you guys liked the video and liked my journey and experience. Yeah, that was it. So I will see you guys maybe in another video. Oh, where'd you go? See you guys in another video. And yeah, you want to say bye? DNR signing out. Bye. 2, 3, come on, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Good job.
Okay, now you need to give me one more. Deep breath. Hardest one you got. 1,
Good
2,
job. Good job.
3,
Keep going.
4, 5, 6,
pushing.
7, 8. Good
We're almost
job.
there. You're so
Good
close.
job.
So close.
Okay.